Vice President Mike Pence vows that America will stand by the followers of Christ in their hour of need. He just made those remarks during the first ever World Summit in Defense of Persecuted Christians, held here in Washington. Correspondent Wyatt Goolsby was there and joins us from the White House with the latest. Good evening, Wyatt.
Good evening, Lauren. The Vice President says he and President Donald Trump stand with those who are tormented for their beliefs, no matter their faith. But he says across the world right now, no people face greater hatred than Christians.
Over 215 million Christians confront intimidation, imprisonment, forced conversion, abuse, assault, or worse, for holding to the truths of the gospel.
Sobering remarks from Vice President Mike Pence on the plight of persecuted Christians. He says President Trump places the blame squarely on ISIS and their ideology.
They are the embodiment of evil in our time.
Pence, introduced by the Reverend Franklin Graham at the Ecumenical Summit, says the White House stands by persecuted Christians.
Protecting and promoting religious freedom is a foreign policy priority of the Trump administration.
Part of that foreign policy means arming ISIS enemies, specifically Syria's Kurdish fighters. It's an effort to recapture the city of Raqqa, a haven for ISIS operatives planning attacks on the West. Professor Thomas Farr, an expert on religious freedom, calls it a critical issue.
It's a humanitarian issue. It's an issue about our religion, Catholicism, Christianity, but it's also about the national security of the United States.
Farr agrees that arming Kurdish fighters will help create a safer climate for Christians and other religious minorities in the region. But a military solution will not be enough. Backing from the White House is crucial.
I believe the Vice President. I want to have an ambassador at large for religious freedom who is talented and capable of leading this policy, and I'd like to see that person nominated very soon.
Our viewers may remember Rabbi David Saperstein, who has been on our program. He served as the ambassador at large for international religious freedom for the last 2 years of the Obama administration, but it remains to be seen who President Trump will pick for the post. Lauren?
Did Vice President Pence offer any concrete plans to aid Christians in the Middle East?
No, Lauren, he did not make any specific promises today. He did, however, state that what is happening to Christians in the Middle East is genocide. The Obama administration made the same declaration last year, but advocates for persecuted Christians hope President Trump will take more concrete action than his predecessor. Lauren?
We'll be talking about that a little bit later in the program. Thank you, Wyatt.